Hello students, today we will understand chapter 3 Properties of Natural Resources, module 2. Let's recall, in the previous module we studied properties of air. In this module we will study properties of water and properties of soil in detail. First is properties of water. Children, we all are aware water can flow very easily. It has a flowing capacity. It occurs in liquid state under ordinary conditions. Children, what are the states in which water is found? Water is found in solid, liquid and gaseous state. Now children, some pictures are shown here. Tell me, what inference will you draw from these pictures? We can say that as water is a fluid substance, it can pass through small holes or seep through very small gaps or cracks. It can pass very easily through small holes. We can see here. Water occurs in liquid state under ordinary conditions. Water is a fluid substance. Water does not have its own shape but have volume. As water does not have its own shape, it takes the shape of any container. Children, as shown here. To understand properties of water, let us do some experiments. Children, let us perform an experiment. Take a plastic bottle more than half full of water. Mark the water level on the bottle. Keep this bottle upright in the freezer. Okay, for making ice. Open the freezer after a couple of hours and observe. You will see that the water has changed into ice. Note the level of ice. You will find that the ice level is higher than the water level before freezing. What can you infer from this? As water freezes to form ice, it expands and its volume increases. Okay. So we can infer that as water freezes to form ice, it expands and volume also increases. Now we'll perform one more experiment. Take a bucket of water, drop many things of articles in it. Different kind of things, okay? Make separate list of the articles which sink in the water and those that float on it. You will observe that the things which are lighter in weight are floating and the things which are greater in weight sink in the water. Now take some water in a pot and add a few pieces of ice to it. Observe what happens. Why do we see the ice floats on water? Ice is lighter than water. When water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than the original liquid. When water freezes, that is, when it transforms into the solid state, its volume increases. Therefore, the density of ice is less than that of water. That is why the ice floats on water. Okay. Again I repeat, ice is lighter than water, and when water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than original liquid. When water freezes, that is when it transforms into a solid state, its volume increases. So, the density of ice is less than that of water. Okay, let us see the density of water. The interrelation between the volume and mass of the substance, the space occupied by a substance is its volume. Its formula is mass upon volume. Okay, mass is measured in grams and volume in cubic centimeter. So we can write density is equal to gram upon cubic centimeter, and the unit is gram per cubic centimeter. Okay, so this was about the density of water. Children, usually when the temperature of a substance is lower, its density increases as the volume decreases. But water is an exception of this rule. The density of water is peculiar. When water at normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases like that of most liquids. However, if its temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, its density starts decreasing. This means that the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees Celsius, its density increases and volume increases. It means that water expands when temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. This is called anomalous behavior of water. Children, when water expands, or we can say that water expands when temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, it is known as anomalous behavior of water. Okay? Now, we'll perform one more experiment. Take 2 big glasses of water. Add 4 to 5 spoonfuls of salt to the water in one glass and dissolve it completely. Now place a potato in the water in the second glass. The potato will sink. Take out that potato from that glass and put it in the salt water and observe. The density of water in that glass is greater due to dissolved salt. The potato floats in that water because of the increased density. Okay children, as salt is added to this second figure, the potato floats. Okay, its density increases. Okay, or we can say that density of water is greater due to dissolved salt. Now children, when salt dissolves in water, its particles spread in water. Slowly they become smaller and smaller. Ultimately, they become so small that they cannot be seen. That is, they mix completely with water. This is what we call dissolving. When we dissolve, or when we take any 1 teaspoon of salt in a water, it completely dissolves. Okay. So children, the substance that dissolves is called solute. The substance in which the solute dissolves is called solvent. And what we get when the solute dissolves in the solvent is called solution. So see here children, in the picture, solute plus solvent, solute in the form of salt, that is copper sulfate, plus solvent, that is water. When both are mixed together, it forms the solution. Use of water according to its properties. Water is useful for water transport due to its fluidity. Water falling from a height is used to generate electricity with the help of generator. Water is good coolant and is used in motor vehicles to control the temperature of engine. Water is universal solvent. So, many substances are soluble in water. Water is used as a solvent in factories, laboratories, etc. Water is useful for cleaning purposes such as for bathing, washing clothes.